It's the president got shot.
Right,
How was that? How could they have covered this up?
1963. There was, I mean, there was no independent journalism. There was no YouTube. There was no online commentators that weren't captured by a system. They weren't a part of an enormous structure like the New York Times or the Washington Post or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And the Zapruder film, again, had been archived for 13 years. Before it was, or 12 years. 12 or 13?
I didn't realize that. I kind of naturally, I assumed, stupidly, that he got shot and the film came out the next week.
No, it 12 didn't.
12 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
that, I believe, was it 75 that it came out?
I remember reading into
Shocking.
this, it was like the frame, like frame 313 or something like that hadn't been seen. They did have it as a Zapruder film, and they posted a lot of it in screenshots. And like Life.
In Life magazine, because Life magazine owned it.
But they left some of it out.
And then somehow or another, Dick Gregory acquired it, and that was around 75. And that's when he aired it on television. And when he aired it on television, it just opened up everyone's eyes. They're like, well, anyone who'd ever seen anything get shot knows that when you get hit with something from the back, you don't go back towards the shot. The impact throws the head back.
Yeah.
You see the spray of the bullets, and it appears he's getting hit multiple times from multiple angles.
What's your feeling on it then? I mean, you've looked into it. You're a big conspiracy guy, but who do you think orchestrated JFK's?
That's a good question. I mean, Tucker Carlson came out on television and said the CIA killed Kennedy, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why he got removed from Fox. I don't know who did it. I really would be.
I'm amazed it hasn't been like a deathbed confession or something. Because I mean, conspiracies more broadly, you kind of go, well, it involves sort of cognitive dissonance.
Wasn't there a deathbed confession from E. Howard Hunt?
I was going to say there was something, but
I think it was E. Howard Hunt.
Okay.
Who was one of the people that was supposedly on the grassy knoll. There's Woody Harrelson's father was supposed to be involved in this too. He was apparently a hitman. There was, according to the lore, the last confessions of E. Howard Hunt, the ultimate keeper of secrets regarding who killed JFK. And I think...
Yeah, that's how you keep a secret, a pipe.
I think on his deathbed, he said that he was involved in the conspiracy to kill the president. I don't know who was involved. I mean, I think it was probably a bunch of people. There was a lot of people that wanted Kennedy out of there. I mean, he wanted some pretty radical changes. He wanted to disband the intelligence agencies. He thought that secrecy was abhorrent, and he, talked about it openly in this one speech that he gave about secret societies. And he...
Well, it's odd, that thing, for me. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing a bit about this, about saying, look, because it involves two thoughts. You've got to believe the government there's a deep state that are sort of geniuses and can cover these things up and can, fake a moon landing. And also the government are idiots. They can't organize anything. And
well, it's different.
What I want to do...
The government, you can't say the government, right? Because the government is a blanket. That's like saying drugs. Drugs are bad. Well, I'm drinking coffee. It's not bad. Everybody drinks coffee.
But that thing of like going, what we need is some of those guys from the deep state over here for a week to deal with the regular shit. We need someone on transit duties. We need someone from the deep state to look at hospitals.
Well, in a lot of ways, those are more complex issues than assassinating someone and covering it up. Because back then, again, it's not like information today where people have, like, everyone has a cell phone. Like, if the Kennedy assassination happened today, there would be footage from 100 different angles.
Yes.
There'd be so many people there, and we'd
amazing
have
how much there
high-resolution
is,
footage.
really.
It is amazing. But it was just because he was so important, and back then, there were a few people that were enthusiasts that had their own personal video cameras.
The thing, I guess, with conspiracy is some of it's true. Like, the biggest conspiracy, I think, probably of our lifetime was paedophilia in the Catholic Church.